Now you can search for new episodes by subject matter at londonreal.tv. Brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform we use at London Real.
It became home to me. Do you know what I mean? So I was enjoying it, enjoying the kind of the limelight that surrounded it, and people knew that we were there eventually, and what I was filming and whatever, and the girls and this and that. It was like, it was crazy, man. You know, I went out a few times with 50. I was just enjoying it.
Okay, so he was cool. You could hang out.
He
with
was
him.
cool. Yeah, we could hang out, man. We hung out. He was a really nice guy. I think at times I got kind of overwhelmed by, I suppose, his wealth and fame, because, you know, like he'd have cars delivered to set on a regular basis, like buying new cars, you know, new Chevy this and new Impala and that and whatever. You know, it was overwhelming, and I think one day I thought to myself, I'm going to buy myself a watch. I'd always wanted a Jacobs watch, because I've been watching all these rappers wearing them in videos.
That's what they were wearing back then, right?
Yeah. So it was like, right, I'm going to get myself one. So I kind of went down to Jacobs, what I thought was Jacobs, and then it's not Jacobs. It's like a pre-store where they call up Jacobs and say, we've got someone that wants to buy. They check out if you're serious or not. Okay. And then you get a cab comes for you and takes you down to the actual store. So I went there, I eventually got there, and I bought a watch for like $8,000 or something like that. Which is like, what, $14,000?
Yeah. Okay. So one of the low-end models.
Yeah, one of the very low-end models. Right. But for me, I was over the moon. I put that on straight away. I was like, yeah. Got back to set, and I had my watch on, and 50 walked past me and see it. I'd done a double take. Come back, he's like, man, what's that? I was like, yeah, I bought it from Jacobs. Like, do you like it? He's like, man, that's shit, man. And he was like, you know what? One of the production assistants came to see if we were ready to go on set, and he was like, no, we're not ready. I'm taking Ash back to Jacob. We're going to change that watch.
What, he not enough ice? What didn't
I don't know. There weren't. I mean, it was a really basic one. I think it had like, you know, just the one with the stones going around the rim of the watch, but none inside. It wasn't flooded. And he was like, no, we're going back. So he's kind of put me in his car with his security. We jumped in the back. They put on the presidential lights on the car. Woo, woo. We're driving through traffic, cutting through. This is like, it's like a movie to me.
Is that legal?
I don't know, man. And I was just thinking, this is crazy. I'm sitting in the back of the car with 50 Cent, like, and we got outside the store. He took a iced out diamond chain out the back of the car, at the back of the passenger seat, and an iced out watch and a ring. And I was just looking at him, and he was like, yeah, it's my rapper kit. Right. So he's like, when we go in there, just follow my lead. So we've gone in, and he's just kicked off on this guy. How dare you give my little cousin from London this watch? I sent him in there to buy a watch for his birthday, and you give him this crap, this and that or whatever. And they were like, well, we didn't know. He never said he was your cousin. And then 50's looked at me and gone, why didn't you say he was my cousin? And I've got, I don't know. Like, oh man, it was crazy. And then he was like, Ash, pick whatever watch you want. I'd obviously seen loads in there that I would love to have that were like 60 grand, 70 grand, whatever, but obviously I could only afford that one. So I went over to one of the ones that I'd been looking at. It was like 62,000 or something like that. And he was like, yeah, he bought it for me.
Really?
Yeah, he just bought me the watch. I was like, wow. You know?
Do you still have it?
I don't know. I sold it. I sold it. Times got hard.
We take real pride in our websites and who we work with on the show, and those are the guys at Squarespace. They've been running our website londonreal.tv and our siliconreal.com for over a year now, and they are an all-in-one platform to make it fast and easy to build your own professional website or portfolio. These guys have the tech down. It's drag and drop. It is easy. I used to run a WordPress site, and I used to have to FTP audio files and all this nonsense. And now when you see these blogs that I write every week where I talk to you about my personal impressions of the guests, I literally just bust those out, drop the picture in, boom, and it's done.